Invisible airwaves crackle with life. Bright antenna bristle with the energy. Some emotional feedback on our timeless wavelength here on WAER with up-and-coming New Jersey progressive rockers Cabinets of Curiosity, and before them some more classic prog rock from Porcupine Tree, Trains from In Absentia, and Rush with Limelight from Snakes and Arrows Live. I saw that tour. I think I saw it with one member of Cabinets of Curiosity, who's joining us on the phone right now, I believe. Here we go. Nat, can you hear me?
I sure can. Can you hear me?
You can. I can hear you. Okay. They're explaining this is a little bit of an adventure every time we do it, but the radio gods are with us, it seems, the spirit of radio, if you will. So, joining us on the phone now, Nat Horniak, vocalist for Cabinets of Curiosity, and also happens to be my best friend in the world since 2006. In 2006 or so, we met in a dorm stairway at Montclair State University in New Jersey. I was playing guitar, and you said something about John McLaughlin, and yeah, it went on, and the rest is history, basically.
For sure, and I believe that's when I introduced you to La Via Stringato.
It is, that exact day.
And, you're right, we did see them on the Snakes and Arrows tour at the Gardens. You're bringing back great memories for me there. That's awesome.
That show was just
a great tour.
Insanity, and the little Canadian flag hanging from the roof, like there was a hockey game on or something. That was an excellent day. Yeah, so it's so cool to be doing this. Nat Horniak from Cabinets of Curiosity. You might say she gets high on the energy high on you and the energy you trade, and gets right onto the friction of the day. And we're gonna get right onto the friction of the interview now. So, first of all, how's the D&D game going?
Oh yeah, the campaign's going great. So James Naprava, our guitarist, who is also known as Skittles and Scrambles, the Death Dealer. So he's been KO'd twice, but we brought him back. He's better now. He's just a flesh wound. Our bassist was mistaken for a large special rock by a couple of kobolds, and we just traipsed through a room full of fragrant mushrooms, past some backwana. So it's been a hard time, but we did run into a meat locker full of filet mignon, so that was nice.
It's always nice when that happens. Had to check in just to establish the progressive rock credentials here. They are the members of Cabinets of Curiosity are playing Dungeons and Dragons as we speak. So you're good. You're good. Your prog rock card is not going to be revoked anytime soon. So, I just want to introduce the band first. We've already introduced you, Geddy Lee, so who's in the rest of the band?
You guys want to? You guys can talk. It's okay.
They do need to get fairly close to the microphone. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, I'm James. I play the guitar.
Hello.
I'm Jared. I play bass.
I'm Anthony. I play saxophone.
I'm Christina, and I play flute.
And that's it. Gang's on here.
Okay, cool.
Oh, crap. We're missing our drummer and our keyboardist. That's it for the gang who plays Dungeons and Dragons. Not with us are Matthew Montagano, our incredible percussionist, and then Joe Oliver, our resident keyboard and synthesizer wizard, our Rick Wakeman in residence, if you will.
Cool, very cool. Okay, so how did you all get together? How did you meet?
Actually, James could probably speak to that better than I could. I found them on Craigslist after the rest of the band had been assembled, and I was just, the story is I was just stunned that there was a bunch of 20 through 23-year-olds in a basement in the Pine Barrens, just kind of making 1972 era sounding progressive rock, and it was like a dream come true for me. But a lot of legwork had been done prior to that moment. So James can speak to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So I've known Jared, the bass player, since we were in first grade, and we've been playing music together for the last 8 years.
Huh.
So
cool.
we were in a metal band for a while, and then that kind of disintegrated. you know how it goes.
Yeah,
We couldn't hold on to a singer to save our life. But then I had some material written that was like way more on the progressive side. So we sort of rearranged it all to be more of like a classic prog sound. And then after that, we basically just hit to Craigslist and Facebook trying to find members. And then we found the keyboard player Joe through one of the Facebook groups, one of the many musician collaborative Facebook groups out there. And Anthony, saxophone player, we found through Craigslist. And he brought Christina, the flute player, to practice one day to try out. And then, like you already know, we found Matt through Craigslist as well. So Craigslist is pretty great.
Got Matt again.
Well, Matt I knew from BCC.
Craigslist is great for finding all kinds of people to collaborate with you on all kinds of things. So I'm glad it worked out for you that way. Oh boy, that may be it's not a generational specific joke anymore, is it? Oh boy, everybody's got the internet.
I was looking for gigs on Craigslist the other day, and under the gig section, there was a guy looking for women with strong legs to put his head in a chokehold.
Oh my God! Okay, back to the music now. Back to musical topics now. On WAER we go. So, what are the? I don't even know if the word is orchestration or arrangement or something. What is the? How do you make not just the normal rock band ingredients, but the I guess it's woodwind, right? Flutes or woodwinds, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you? What are the challenges of making all that work together?
So, believe it or not, the song that we just listened to, Dr. Quantum, was originally going to be like a really heavy metal with 2 7-string guitars and like killer double bass drums and blast beats and stuff.
Oh, wow, okay.
But, yeah, and then never really kind of liked it that much. So what I did is I took the 2 main guitar parts, which is the main riff of the song, and I just put it over in the saxophone and flute land, and then added some chords for the guitar and the organ to sort of fill out the rest of the sound. Toned the drums down a little bit so they weren't, 80s speed metal, and then that's about it.
Huh. You make it sound easy. I'm just gonna go do that later. It's at the bar. I'm gonna. Okay. You almost answer. This is like when you ask people who are really good at something, how do you do that? They say, oh, well, I do that by doing that. Makes it absolutely no more transparent for anybody who doesn't write music, in fact. But that's cool. It says a lot, really. So I'm hearing Rush, I'm hearing Opeth, I'm hearing Steven Wilson, Porcupine Tree, who we just heard, more contemporary reference points. I'm at a loss beyond that, though. Maybe the Soft Machine? You guys listen to them?
I'm a fan of Soft Machine and basically any Rick Wakeman outfit. But I don't think they're a huge influence for Dr. Quantum. I think James did the writing for that, and actually he told us the story of how he got into prog. You would think, listening to some of our tracks, that like he's been into Yes since he was like 3 years old or something, but he actually only just got into them recently.
Huh.
Yeah, probably within the last couple of years or so is when I really just started diving right into prog rock.
Interesting. I wonder if you had in taking more woodwindy, more orchestral or jazz even kind of influences into the rock world. I wonder if you just as a musician you make some of the same little conceptual breakthroughs that the people who were innovating prog rock in the 60s and 70s had, just finding where the limits are and where you can push on them. So it is sort of plausible to me that you would arrive at something similar without necessarily without necessarily being steeped in Soft Machine and Yes and things like that. Just pushing the time signatures, pushing the instrumentation a little bit further. So I guess I just have I've one more question for you. We're going to move into another song from your EP, which is called EPonymous, which you can get at your Bandcamp site, I believe. Just search Cabinets of Curiosity Bandcamp, and I'm sure you'll get it. This song is called Nowhere Near the Blade. Anything you want to tell us about that song before we put it on here?
Yeah, that was actually a cool song because it's the one song off of the EP that we all sort of wrote collaboratively. So every instrument you hear, we all kind of like wrote our own part. I wrote the lyrics on the whole EP except for The Abducted. And it's actually a very meaningful song for me because the lyrics, they kind of happened organically as they kind of do when I hear music and I just start to make words with my mouth. But it ended up
like most of us do. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
It actually ended up being about talking yourself down from a panic attack.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of the way each verse unfolds and how the breakdown happens, and then there's this part in the song where it kind of culminates in like me letting out this just blood curdling scream.
It does.
And then there's this big come down afterward, and the whole song itself, I on like just from a sonic standpoint, almost mimics the emotions that you kind of go through when you're having a panic attack. So that ended up being a really surprisingly meaningful song for me. But it's my personal favorite track off of the album, so I'm really excited you're about to spin it.
That's very cool. And I've brought me back to one more technical question I have for you. Listening to that, are you moving into death metal territory there?
I would hesitate to say that we are doing that. For me, obviously, I mean, you know me, I have an Opeth tattoo on my back, so, Michael Axel is a huge influence on me and my vocals, and I would love to, my dream is to be able to move as fluidly as he does between, beautiful, clean vocals and death growls. I would hesitate to say that that's ever going to be a feature
mm-hmm.
of Cabinet of Curiosity vocals, but it really did come about very organically in that song. Actually, I think originally I was trying to belt a note, and it just ended up crying out and sounding way better as a scream.
Yeah.
So, if it happens, it happens, but I don't think any of us planned it to go that way, for sure.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we all spontaneously burst into death metal. It's interesting. It'd be an interesting kind of musical, But I do. I know. All right. So, Cabinets of Curiosity. Thank you so much for joining us. And here's a track from their EP, EPonymous. This is called Nowhere Near the Blade on Real College Radio on WAER.